All right, so recently I did a video on information plus communication equals speed, man. I have more thoughts about that. I find it funny how in training hard skills and protection and military, whoever does, like dry fire and things like that, they have certain terms like sub-second. It's a whole, it's actually a pretty good belt, but you want to get your draw to a certain speed. You want to do things at a certain speed, and that's all well and fine. But it's funny how people will put emphasis on those things, but then neglect things like advances, neglect things like study, neglect things like how to obtain information about a situation. They'll do those things before they read a book about how to handle themselves in a certain situation. Don't you know that's even more speed than a sub-second draw? If I know how to handle myself in a situation and I know pre-threat indicators, that means I'm getting the information even before you get it. You can have cat-like reflexes, but if I'm days ahead of you information-wise, it don't look like I'm faster, but I am, because I've been there and already mentally past that situation because of the information I have that's been communicated to me. This is what I mean by speed. It's a whole different concept of speed. It's like, sure, in the moment, if you put yourself in that situation, yeah, you're gonna have to respond and, hey, just 2 seconds, right? Like the book. But how about just a week before the advance? Like you could be ahead. That's real speed. That's the right word. Advanced. That's advanced speed. Get a real advantage. Study. Just saying, I can't stress it enough, man. Sure, do your hard skills training. I'm all about health and fitness and things like that, but still, like, if you don't have the information, you don't have the upper hand. I don't care who it is. You can run a in the moment, you could be 300 pounds and, have your draw sub-second and everything like that. But if I already made arrangements to bypass the whole situation where you're gonna be, I win. Like, I'm gonna win. And we know real speed gives you an advantage in anything. Come on now. Imagine somebody running a 3:0:40. You could put him on anybody team playing any sport almost, and he gonna give you the upper hand. Just because of how fast he is, can't nobody catch him. He can do whatever he want to do. He got the speed. Think about the Flash being on your team. Come on, man. It's all about information and communication. Speed, that's the real advantage. Peace, prosperity, protection.